TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top-flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that. Who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets. Players you should look at. It's the sports coma. You don't want to miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or robbery could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the black and gold family, man, coming at you. This installment of the Sports Coma. Early Monday edition of the Coma. We in the building. Much love to the great Saint Think Tank. I'm Big Q chiming in. Please hit the like button, family. On this one, as this was called Alvin Kamara arrested for battery in Las Vegas. Of course, this story broke several hours ago as Alvin Kamara is arrested. According to reports, I have the report that's the police report that's sent by the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'll put that press release up on the screen after this NFL report is by Grant Gordon of NFL.com. And man, it's not good news. And I guess that little saying about what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This is really a peculiar story of epic proportion. As Saints running back Alvin Kamara arrested for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. We'll cover this in news on our coaching search following this article. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the great Saint Think Tank today, as well as hit the notification bell and share the show's link on your social media feed with other Saints family members. So in this report issued by NFL.com, the Saints running back Alvin Kamara was arrested and booked for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm on Sunday, according to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Now, Las Vegas PD officers were dispatched to a local hospital on Saturday at approximately 5:50 p.m. local time, where a victim reported being battered at a nightclub located on the 3500 block of South Las Vegas Boulevard. According to the release, an investigation by the LVMPD detectives determined the victim was battered by the suspect, later identified as Alvin Kamara, the release stated. Now, Kamara's 26 was taken into custody without incident and then taken to Clark County, Nevada Detention Center, where he was booked for battery resulting substantially bodily harm, which is a felony. And of course, the investigation is ongoing. According to the CDC's website, Kamara is in custody, being held on a $5,000 bail, and his first scheduled court appearance is Monday at 1:30 p.m. local time. So a scheduled appointment for the court is coming up tomorrow at 1:30. Kamara is a 5-year NFL player participating in the Pro Bowl, which took place at their Las Vegas stadium there. Sunday, catching 4 passes in the Pro Bowl. Kamara is a 5-time Pro Bowl selection. He had 898 yards rushing with 439 receiving yards, 9 total touchdowns in the past season. And, of course, he was a 3rd-round pick in the 27 NFL draft for this. So not good news for Alvin Kamara. More information is forthcoming on what's going on with this. This is not a good story. At any step of the way. This is not a good story, especially for the Who Dat Nation, as we're going through so much flux right here. But who knows what happened? He might not be guilty. There's still a lot more other stuff going on, and of course, we'll see what's going on. This is very peculiar, very strange story. So, man, sometimes you just gotta learn how to stay out of these little hot spots, man. And these guys, these are young guys, and I just don't know, man. It's just sometimes this stuff is just strange how it all happens. So, Alvin Kamara arrested for battery results substantial bodily harm. So we'll learn more as the court date is set for Monday, and his appearance is set at the courthouse for 1:30. So we'll get more information about what's going on with this story. But Alvin Kamara arrested for battery resulting substantial bodily harm. Now this is a felony too, so this is not good news no matter how you look at it from Mr. Alvin Kamara. So we'll see how it all reps, family, as we go ahead. I'm not gonna hold you on a long show, fam, talk about this because the facts are still out there on the block. So let me give you a look at the police report here. What's going on here? As you see, this is the police release. NFL player arrested for battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. And this is the source of the report that we just read from. The key information is listed in the first two paragraphs. And of course, at the third paragraph, you see this investigation is still ongoing. And anyone with any information about this incident is urged to contact the LVMPD. As you can see, their numbers and contact information on this press release. So it's interesting. We'll find out more as we go, but not a good story covering Alvin Kamara, let me tell you what. But anyway, let's move on, family, from this story to the next one. And this is about our coaching searches. Eric Bieniemy spent nearly 8 hours with the Saints in person today. Interview just wrapped up, and now New Orleans will get back to work on narrowing the head coaching search. And of course, this was a tweet by Jeremy Fowler, insider for ESPN, at 8:56 p.m. on today. So intriguing. This was an 8-hour interview. 8 hours. So this is starting to throw some things into the fire here. You don't meet with somebody for 8 hours unless you're serious about them, fam. You don't meet with an 8-hour interview. Listen to me on that now. That was 8 flipping hours. Now, you think about Eric Bieniemy. Okay, the Saints met, and shout out to the family member who made mention of that, about the fact that the Saints appeased, or they hurdled, or the Rooney Rule, which means you meet with two minority candidates, so-called minority candidates there, and then you are clear to kind of hire whoever you want. The Saints, if that was the truth, those two candidates were Aaron Glenn and Brian Flores. Now, Johnny come lately to the party was Eric Bieniemy, and he just wrapped up his interview. Not just wrapped up, but this was tweeted as of 8:56 yesterday. So what's intriguing is the Saints meeting with Bieniemy for 8 hours. They're serious about Eric Bieniemy. They're serious about him. Yeah. You don't meet with somebody for 8 hours. When is the last time any of the family members, y'all chime in, let me know. When is the last time you had a damn interview that went 8 hours and then the man get turned down for a job? I mean, they was asking him any and everything they possibly could think of to be in the building for 8 hours talking to Eric Bieniemy. I mean, we know he runs a good offense, but let's just use our imagination, family. Let's just use our imagination, family, before this breaks, because the Saints are supposed to make a call on this Monday or Tuesday of this upcoming week. Now, of course, that might be delayed a bit depending on Alvin Kamara's news. Hopefully it won't, but maybe it could be a bright spot where you have a not so bright spot in terms of Alvin Kamara's arrest. But let's just say, for instance, the Saints named Eric Bieniemy as the head coach. This is just me using my imagination here. Let's say, for instance, the Saints hire Eric Bieniemy as the head coach of the team, and he keeps Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator / assistant coach. Was that something that the Saints would work out? Because I know they like DA, but would that be something that the Saints and Eric Bieniemy will work out? I don't know, but we'll see. Eric, and of course, I know Mickey Loomis is not one of those type of people that, okay, if we hire you, like what happened with Willie Green when he got hired by the New Orleans Pelicans, that one of the prerequisites for him getting the job was that the octopus, I call him, Griffin, would have to would name some of his coaching staff. You know, you're gonna have to, if you want the job, I got some guys here, and you're gonna have to make them a member of your staff. Well, I don't think Loomis would do that to Eric Bieniemy, but it's just a thought that I got. But originally, before Bieniemy came into the first, like, oh, they meeting with him? Okay, that's cool. Because it was also Byron Leftwich. Remember, Byron Leftwich, according to reports, turned down the interview. So now you have them meeting with Eric Bieniemy for 8 hours yesterday. Wow. Saints are serious about Bieniemy, man. That brings a whole new light. And now Mickey Loomis and the brass have to decide on who the next head coach is going to be. And Bieniemy was born here. He was raised in Cali, but he was born in New Orleans. And of course, he was a former running back. He went up there and he came up through the ranks in the NFL, and he became the offensive coordinator for one of the hottest offenses in the league. Man, I can only imagine, fam. The Saints met with this man for 8 hours. We'll see. But like I said, DA is a dude, man, that he's a forerunner for the job. But my goodness, you meeting with a guy for 8 hours, that means you are talking to him about any and everything under the sun. What your defense is going to look like? Well, if we bring you in offense, what would you do with Mike Thomas and Alvin Kamara? What could you do? You know, just everything. Just picking his mind apart. It's just going to be interesting. This upcoming week is going to be an interesting week for the Saints. A lot of positive and some negative here. Man, I tell you, it's going to be intriguing to see exactly what's going on. It really is. Yeah, Kevin says, I told you, Q, they like Bieniemy. Yeah, they brung him in, but hey, nobody foreseen. I know you said that, but family, nobody foreseen that you would meet with a man for 8 hours. This is good balanced news for the Saints to look at, to decide if he'd be a guy. Because they look at Dennis Allen and they think Dennis Allen's really good on defense, but the Saints are offensively gifted. They're more geared to the offense, especially with the Mickey Loomis coming in with Coach Payton. When they hired Coach Payton, they loved his offensive acumen. This could be the same thing with a guy like Eric Bieniemy, which he has the credentials, championship with the Kansas City, being up there and getting to the big dance right there. The fact that he comes in and gets to work on the Saints offense in terms of just adding speed and some more wide receivers to the room, improving the offensive line and moving forward. And of course the defense. So it'll be intriguing to see exactly how this folds, because like I said, you don't meet with somebody for 8 freaking hours, you know, for nothing. They're picking his brain, man. That's what the hell they're doing. So we'll see how it all ends. Yeah, T Dirty says 8-hour interview, bank heist. What's your idea on the offense? How would you do this? How would you do that? Defensively, would you do this? Would you do that? Special teams, Man, 8 hours. I don't know. They'll never known anybody except that for 8 hours an interview. What's up, Derek? Big ups to you, fam. Much love to all the fam. I appreciate y'all being up late with me here. Brother Dedrick says, oh, yeah, 8 hours sounds like we got who we looking for. 8 hours, man, talking to Eric Bieniemy. It's going to be fun. Tyler says, re-sign Jameis, get a wide receiver and O-line. Yes, indeed. Damien, what's up, brother? He says, out of all the candidates, who would you rather have? Listen, I like Eric Bieniemy. I've said that. I like Flores. I've said that as well. Because these guys are football guys. They got high IQs, and in Bieniemy, you can't take nothing away from him. At first, people was trying to smear him by saying that he wasn't calling the plays. And then, of course, there's an interview with that Andy Reid came out and said that he does call the plays and gave him all the word, busted that little bull crap all the way up. So, Bieniemy is a guy that knows how to run an offense, fam. He really does. And the Saints have pieces in place. You just got to improve upon them. Add some more weapons in the wide receiver room. I would even want to add some more another tight end or so to the tight end room. I like Jawan Johnson. I think Troutman will improve in his third year, but I still would like to have a veteran in the stead of that room that's not Nick Vannett. Also, the offensive line needs some help too. With Teron Armstead out, I think he'll be gone. I think the move is to move Ramczyk to the blindside tackle position. I think they won't get rid of Andrews Pete just yet. McCoy is there. I like McCoy. But Ruiz, who knows what we're going to do with Ruiz? I don't think he's really a good guard. I think he should be the center. And then the right tackle position is open. Who should that be? Do you draft somebody? Is Landon Young the guy? Or do you move Andrews Pete to the side? There's many questions that the Saints will have to look at to improve the offensive line play. And, of course, the defensive side of the ball seems a lot more complete, except for the safety position. Whether or not we do with Marcus Williams will be another question down the line. But still, in all, the Saints going to need to draft a safety high in the draft to appease the fact that Malcolm Jenkins is getting old in the tooth, and whether or not the Saints feel comfortable spending north of $13 million on Marcus Williams. So that's something else that has to go into the fray, as well as the Saints think about it moving forward. And, of course, getting their ass up under that $50+ million cap situation, which many people do already. What's up, Brother Larry? Appreciate y'all being up late with me in this one, man. I had to come out and talk to the family members. It's been a real busy day up in this thing. But, man, hearing about Alvin Kamara having the issues that he's having in Vegas is not a good thing, as he was arrested. His court date will be tomorrow at 1:30, according to the police press release from the Las Vegas PD. And, of course, that was positive. The negative, the positive is the fact that the Saints did meet with Eric Bieniemy for 8 hours yesterday, and the Saints will get to work on narrowing the head coaching search. And according to what the time frame was for Mickey Loomis, is that the Saints were looking to make that announcement of who the head coach is going to be early this upcoming week, which will be today, which is Monday, or either Tuesday. So we would know within the next 48 hours who the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints will be after Coach Payton stepped down. So you guys tell me who you think it'll be. It will be, because it's really only two candidates. It's Eric Bieniemy with all his offensive acumen, more of a player's coach, really sturdy coach. Could he lead the team into the future? He's never been at that level before, but he has a high football IQ. Could he put the necessary pieces in place? What would the staff look like? And, of course, it's Dennis Allen, which is the Saints pretty much know what they're getting with Dennis Allen. They know his defense is going to be strong. The players like Dennis Allen a lot. They're very familiar with Dennis Allen. And, of course, they know what kind of offense they're going to get, because Pete Carmichael will be in tow with Dennis Allen, and the Saints will pretty much keep a similar staff to what they had with under Coach Payton. So it's really between Dennis Allen and Eric Bieniemy. And, of course, a third option could be a combination of both. If Eric Bieniemy is given the position, Dennis Allen could be a guy that he thinks about to run the defense. This could happen because of the success of what happened. Why would he want to change coordinators? I know he might want his own guy there, but could that be a caveat in the option C? Just imagining this thing for a second, as Bieniemy, Allen, and then, of course, C could be a combination of said men. I don't think anybody else is a candidate for the position outside of Bieniemy and Allen. We know those are the two caveats in a way. But like I've said in the tweet from Jeremy Fowler indicates, is that you spend 8 hours talking to Eric Bieniemy. This is serious. This is serious. Free Game says, you think we get Hardman, if we get Eric, we're going to get some personnel from the Chiefs. You best believe it. He's going to reach back to those guys, some of the free agents and guys who he think that can help him to bring over here. And we know Eric Bieniemy's offense. He loves speed. He loves having wide receivers that can run and move. He likes that, and we like that. We like our wide receivers to be fast and know how to catch and be explosive. We love that, but no doubt about it, this guy will know how to operate and run an offense. And then, of course, once he gets hired, the next big question is, besides who he's going to hire as his offense and defense and special team assistants, will be who the quarterback will be. Will it be Jameis? Could he this all is all different if Eric Bieniemy is the guy? It all changes. It all changes exponentially. But I'm really excited and interested to see this, because up to this point, Dennis Allen was he was way out ahead of everybody. But with them meeting with this man for 8 hours, they are definitely taking a good long look at Eric Bieniemy as the next head coach of New Orleans Saints. So we'll learn in the next 48 hours, family, to figure out just how well who's going to be the next head coach of the New Orleans Saints, man. Will it be Dennis Allen or will it be Eric Bieniemy? This is very, very exciting, man. Yeah, I kept saying Bieniemy might want his own QB out of the draft, perhaps out of free agency. Who knows? We'll see, man. We'll see. We will see indeed. So that'll do it for the show, family. Listen, I appreciate y'all chiming in late in this thing as well. Now, I'll be back later on today, and Monday we'll hold a multi-hour live stream covering more information about what's going on with Alvin Kamara. Of course, by that time, they'll have his court appearance at 1:30. We'll have some more information from that, covering that. We'll also talk a little bit more about this Eric Bieniemy thing. And you never know, later on today, the Saints might have an announcement of who the coach is going to be, because word on the street, the timeline puts it between Monday and Tuesday of this week. So we'll know real soon on that, how we going. So big ups to you. Big up Smallville, and These Nuts is in the building, fam. These Nuts is in the building. So much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all being in this thing. Like I said, I'll return later on in the day. We'll cover some more news, notes, and items on the Black and Gold, the coach report, who will be the coach, and of course, Alvin Kamara. This is a very serious thing, because this is a felony, so we'll see and get all the rest of the information on that, and I'll bounce back at you guys and talk to you later. So who that to you? Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to you later on in the day. Who that? And I'm out.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is Saints Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in